So Factoryites, we're used to seeing some nice purple coloured action with the Klark stuff, but Phill Webb, good to see you again. You'll remember Phil from some earlier episodes and some incredible knowledge on EV microphones. What are these red Klark Teknik units all about?
Well, this is a first for Klark. What we have here is two new dynamics processors, and it's interesting because historically a lot of digital product has fallen out of analog development. Well, this is actually analog product that has fallen out of digital development. So these are byproducts of the work that has been done with Midas Digital on dynamics, and Klark have learnt a lot more about dynamics, and the 540 actually replaces the 504 in the range, and the 530 replaces the 514. So the old silver-fronted Klark Teknik Dynamics units have now been discontinued and replaced with these. One of the interesting things to take note of is that we use the word creative on them. So these devices actually have a lot of coloration, well, a lot of character in their sound to actually do jobs musically the way that people like things to sound. And they bear a strong heritage from the dynamics devices that have been developed for Midas Digital. Midas Digital, of course, has 8 different compressors in the console, and this is an example of one of them that has fallen out of that project into an actual analog device.
So the 540, the quad channel compressor. Okay, what controls do we have up there then, Phil?
Okay, we've got threshold, ratio, attack, release, presence, and gain. Then we've got a hard or soft knee function, a bypass, of course. We have an auto knee, a meter switch there, and also the ability to link 2 channels for stereo operation. And an external key function.
In the back.
Balanced in pin 2 hot.
You get that?
What's solo bus output on the back of the
Okay. That actually allows you to plug into an input channel of a console, such as a Verona or so forth, and actually monitor the gate function before you actually engage the insert button. So you can actually listen to the gate operating in the unit before you actually put it into circuit on the actual mixing console.
And you've got to send the gate to the solo bus, is that right?
Yeah. So that's what the solo out on the back of the device does. It allows you to then plug it into a console where you can pick up a headphone function or a listen wedge if you want to use it in that respect to actually monitor it. It's one of the interesting things with the Pro6, just from that point of view, talking about monitoring dynamics, that they now have is that when you engage the solo bus, it actually allows you to monitor the dynamics. So we can see here we've actually got the dynamics. We can see gain reduction on the meter, but the compressor is not actually in circuit as yet. So we can actually monitor the compressor mode before we actually punch it into circuit. Same with the gate. We can bring the gate in. There's our threshold on the gate. We can see the gate opening and closing on the console, but you'll notice that it's not affecting the meter because we actually haven't punched it in. As soon as we turn it on, it then actually affects the actual input signal. So again, it's one of those things with Klark Teknik and Midas is the ability to actually monitor a dynamic function before you actually engage it, so that you can be certain that when you punch it into circuit, it's doing what you want it to do and not causing grief.
Well, not very succinct, but we might have to cut that across 15 shots, but geez, we always get some great information out of you. Thank you very much, Phil.
Thanks, Artie.
Cheers.
Well, we're off to next.